Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the grand opening of the new renovated Kipling School. My name is Kara Shaw, and I teach quite a few different things here, and as well as I serve as the career counselor for our school, and I will be your master of ceremonies tonight. We have a number of special guests here with us tonight. We have Mr. Don Toth, MLA, Janet Kodalak, Division Board Chair of PVSD, Alan LaRose, our subdivision representative, Ben Gravinsky, Director of Education and CEO of PVSD, Lyle Stesick, Superintendent of Project Management, from SCPW Architecture Incorporated in Regina, we have Phil Evans, Dylan Elliott, and Leanne Pearson. And from G. Hahn Contracting from Fort Capel, Saskatchewan, we have Jerry Hahn, Larry Walker, and Lyndon Walker. Also in attendance are members of the senior administrative team from Prairie Valley School Division. If you guys would like to give a little wave speaking who you are. First of all, I would like to call on Mr. Larry Lessick, who is the principal of Kipling School, to say a few words.
Special guests, staff, parents, students, and community members. I'd like to thank all of you for being part of our special day. We gather today in front of a wonderful facility that is second to none in the ability to deliver an environment that allows us to provide quality education to our students. This is a very special event in the history of Kipling School and our community. The journey to get to this point started over 2 years ago when the school division made a bold move and decided to renovate and consolidate our school through their own finances. I'd like to thank many people, but I'd like to send a special thank you to the following people. Naomi, Ben, and the PVST team for having this vision and having the determination to make it come true. Lyle Stesick and Bob Ballantyne at Facilities, they've made my life a lot easier through their help and support. Phil Evans, Dillian Elliott, Greg, and Leanne from SCPW Architecture. They were very considerate in our wishes and listened to us all the way through, and they were a great team to work with. Of course, Larry and Lyndon Walker of Hahn Construction. It was very nice to have local people to work with, and they made our little transitions as easy as possible. Of course, I'd like to thank the staff and students for all the transitions that we had to go through and their patience as we made those transitions. And this is really a special thank you. I think sometimes we forget how much work our caretakers had to go through to keep the dust and the materials out of the way as we try to educate our students. I hope everyone takes the opportunity to see the change in our school after this ceremony is done, and I appreciate again everyone for coming out this evening. And I also like to thank Lori Dubé for coordinating today's special event and her team, which includes our school and community council members and our student leadership council. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call on Mr. Ben Grabinsky, Director of Education and CEO of PVSD, to say a few words as well.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's celebration. This evening is a very special evening for me, and I have to tell you why. So if you bear with me for just a couple of minutes. You see, my first visit to Kipling High School, which is where I'm standing now, and Kipling Elementary School, which was over there, was in December of 2008. And I think about what we had then, and I look at what we have here tonight. And in less than 2 years, almost, well, actually 2 years almost to the date from the time we started digging to completion date today, this is the result of many, many individuals' significant efforts over the past 2 years. So when you think about it, in 2 years to move this kind of project from what was an initial vision an idea to an actual completion such as this is absolutely incredible. And I am so proud of being able to stand in front of you. This is our first official opening of many capital projects that we have proceeded with since 2010. And this is the first event, and I'm just excited to celebrate with you and to stand in front of this beautiful building which will be here for many, many years to come. So there are many people that I would like to acknowledge and thank for their contributions. First of all, I'd like to thank the Board of Education for Prairie Valley School Division. There are 11 elected individuals who support the recommendations of senior administration and trust the recommendations of senior administration. So I remember a conversation that I had with Deputy Director, Division Services, Chief Financial Officer Naomi Meller, and at that time Deputy Director, Instructional Services, Wes Miskimen. And we looked at all of the initiatives that we thought we would like to do within the school division, and we said, can we do this in 2 years? And it was a bold challenge at that time, and both of them agreed that we could do this. And so I have to tell you that throughout the last 24 months, the board was extremely supportive in all of our initiatives and encouraging when we were running into different challenges and unexpected circumstances. So thank you for allowing us to work without our feet nailed to the floor. And that's an expression that I like to use, that when you're a senior administrator, you certainly like to have the support of your local elected officials, and we do have that, and we're grateful for that. I'd also like to thank and recognize the architectural firm of SEPW, Phil Evans and Dylan Elliott. I have to tell you that these are two exceptional gentlemen. They were very, very cooperative in our efforts, easy to work with, easy to talk to. Each time we'd meet with them, I'd watch particularly Phil with a little smirk on his face and watching us crazy educators come up with these architectural designs and whether or not we were going to make sense out of some of the ideas that we had. And he would come back a couple of weeks later with a design along with his partner Dylan that exceeded our expectations. So SPEW is an extraordinary architectural firm. And when we did the interviews for the tender, I remember looking across the table at these two gentlemen and I said, why would you want to take on this particular project? And I think it was Phil who said, well, we see it as a challenge. And it was certainly a challenge. And this is an exceptional piece of work, and we are very grateful to them for their efforts in trying to bring forward the dream that we had for this particular community. I'd like to thank contractor Jerry Hahn from Hahn Construction and site superintendents Larry and Lyndon Walker for maintaining the schedule, making sure that we were completed by the end date as promised to our local communities. Again, extremely cooperative individuals, good to work with, exceptional craftsmanship, extraordinary personalities, and local people, which is, I think, a proud moment for them and a proud moment for this community and certainly our school division. I'd like to thank all of the division staff that worked so hard on this project. Lyle Stesick, our Superintendent of Project Management, Naomi Meller, our Chief Financial Officer, Deputy Director of Division Services. And in his absence, he's no longer with the school division, but I know he would celebrate with us here tonight, and that's Wes Miskimen, our Deputy Director of Instructional Services. He's a Whitewood kid who grew up down the road from this school, and he had a certain attraction to this community, and I know he would be celebrating with us here tonight if he was with us. And finally, I'd like to thank the entire Kipling staff. There are many of them here this evening under the leadership of Larry Leshek and Susan Long. You know, when you undergo a major renovation and you relocate several times and you don't shut down, you continue to provide services to the children and youth within the community, that's an extraordinary effort. And I'd like to recognize them and thank them for their contributions and their patience with us. And I hope that you enjoy this facility for many, many years to come. So to all of you here tonight, join me in being proud of this facility. And I hope to see all of you again at another gathering when we're invited back out to Kipling. Thank you.